We recognize inequities built by past and present traumas rooted in white supremacy, colonialism, the gender binary, ableism, and all forms of oppression.
I am freeing men from the restraints of an intelligence that has taken charge.
That's when I, started to unpack and look at what they were talking about when they were mentioning white supremacy culture. I saw one of their slides and it had these poison bottles on it. And it had things like being on time, being objective.
And from the demands of a freedom and personal independence, which only a very few can bear.
We don't have to view everything through a matrix of domination and oppression. Even just saying that got me labeled as a pariah.
I mean, we saw what happened to people. We saw that people were literally being told to leave the university if they said something offensive.
From the dirty and degrading self-mortification of a chimera called conscience and morality.
This is a woman who became president of perhaps the most elite university in America. And she published no books. She published 11 articles in her career, and it's turned out that much of them were just plagiarized, stolen from other people. So how did she even get there in the first place?
She has 50 allegations of plagiarism against her.
There is no such thing as truth, either in the moral.
Professor Mohammed, what do you make of that?
It's a compelling argument, but unfortunately, it misses, to me, a bigger truth. There are two things here that I think matter. One, the nature of the plagiarism, let's call it on a 3-point scale, was a 1.
There's no doubt that the people attacked her and that have been harassing her are coming from a place of racism and racial animus.
My grandmother would not trust Claudine Gay to herd her goats.
Or in the scientific sense.
Dismantling Racism in Mathematics is an education program that tells American teachers not to push students to find the correct answers to maths problems because doing so promotes white supremacy.
Yep, you heard that right. The California State Education Panel thinks 2 + 2 = 4 is inequitable and no longer wants to make getting the right answer the main objective of mathematics.
Why do I have to be taught politics in math? Why do I have to go into a science class and talk about how racist America is in 2022?
Why they're going so in on politics in school doesn't make any sense. And this is like in the early 2000s. Obviously today it's completely different. It's even more extreme.
I am freeing men from the restraints of an intelligence that has taken charge. From the dirty and degrading self-mortification of a chimera called conscience and morality. And from the demands of a freedom and personal independence, which only a very few can bear. Conscience is a Jewish invention. It is a mutilation, like circumcision. There is no such thing as truth, either in the moral or in the scientific sense. Adolf Hitler.
That's your testimony today. Calling for the genocide of Jews is depending upon the context. That is not bullying or harassment. This is the easiest question to answer yes, Ms. McGill. So is your testimony that you will not answer yes?
If it if the
yes
speech
or
becomes
no?
if the speech becomes conduct, it can be harassment. Yes.
Conduct meaning committing the act of genocide?